and get the Cleveland Browns to the playoffs and sign with the Colts in the offseason. Opted for one snap last week in the loss to Houston. Technically, this game number 5 on the season that he's playing with.
Come on in if you're watching that Pete McDivitt show, everybody. Second stream of the day. Some more Sunday football. Packers lost. Terrible loss for the Packers. 11 yards.
Last week with 105 against the Texans.
Yeah, coming back off that ankle injury, missed weeks 5 through 7. And it's just a different football team when he's out there playing. Now they get that multiple look. They can run it behind the powerful offensive line. And certainly with Joe Flacco, I think the trust factor to throw in some of these situations grows as well.
Third and 1, it'll be a Flacco throw, double clutch, and a throw that is brought in by Kyler Granson. One of the 4 tight ends they have, 4th-year man out of SMU. His 4th catch of the year is a first down for 21 yards.
First down for 21 yards.
One of the things I liked about this throw was that Joe Flacco is going to put a little arc on this thing, so he gives his big receiver a chance to go up and make a play down the field. That's a confident guy.
Hey, Daniel.
You know, to
Welcome
be able to
in.
come out on your first throw, and he was talking to us about how much more comfortable he is as a starter than going in as a sub.
17 years,
Taylor out the middle, down to the 30.
A dozen and a first down as he takes it to the 26-yard line.
28, 27, maybe the 26-yard line.
Here at the beginning of this game, and of course the great player that they have is number 56, Quentin Nelson, and they probably run more inside runs than just about any team in the league. So many of these teams now, the outside zones, the big play, but this team, they love the power game inside.
Fumble!
Not a clean exchange, and on the bounce, looks like the Vikings have it. The pile does keep going. Minnesota had hands on it first, and they do. The Vikings come up with the turnover. The move Brugier Hill after the missed exchange between the quarterback and the running back. Right in the breadbasket. Taylor didn't wrap it up. It came free and in the scrum. Vikings ball.
Vikings ball.
Wow. Hey Jay, this project might need a bit of shushing. Holla back, Warren. Please let me know your thoughts. Best regards, Warren.
Introducing the Wendy's Krabby Patty Collab Burger. It has fresh, never frozen beef that's, wait for it, square. Are you ready?
I'm ready.
And I'm ready. For the Krabby Patty Collab meal you're craving, gotta be Wendy's.
Let's get out. Let's get lost. We're back up.
Commercial, everybody.
And no plans at all. Let's get to the skin knees and splinters.
Did a little shopping today. Made some lunch.
The world in.
You know,
2025.
I had to get wet a little today.
It's all
Only
in
3
the name.
times. Other than that,
My name's Jorge Gaviria, and this is my business, Hacienda. I chose my Spark Cash Plus card from Capital One because I earn unlimited 2% cash back on everything I buy. And with no preset spending limit, my purchasing power adapts to my business needs. What's in your wallet?
Money is tight, so we must make sacrifices. I give up my bespoke shaving subscription.
And I'll stop ordering everything that's trending on Instagram.
And I will no longer agree to the add-ons at the oil change place just because the mechanic called me ma'am.
It really is a top-of-the-line filter, ma'am.
And of course, we'll downgrade our insurance to get a lower rate.
Well, you know you don't have to make sacrifices now that you're saving money with the Progressive Home and Auto Bundle.
You couldn't have said that like 6 seconds ago?
With NFL Sunday Ticket and YouTube TV, you can watch every game, every Sunday for the rest of the regular season, all in one place. So sign up now while the season's heating up and prices are cooling down.
The battles are on as the D-O-double-G and Buble. They're coaching to the test. Who stays, who goes, only one way to find out. Watch The Voice tomorrow on NBC and Peacock. So on the fumble, Harrison Smith on the recovery. The Vikings take over at their own 24 with Sam Darnold at quarterback. And first down, he can get it out of his hands right away to his tight end, Josh Oliver.
Josh Oliver.
Shy of the first down. Let's go back to what happened on the fumble.
Now pay attention to the left arm. Very seldom will a ball go between the
Sunday Night Football on NBC.
Whatever reason, Taylor, that left elbow just wasn't tucked in enough and slid right through.
Trying to go quick there.
After replay assistance, ruling on the field is a first down.
They rule Oliver got the first down on the initial completion from Darnold, so they killed the play right at the snap. It's first down for Minnesota on play number 1. Kind of an odd play too, Chris, because as we were saying, they were walking the ball down the field and good momentum going.
Yeah, I mean, a good sign for the Colts to walk right in here in this crowd, that noise, and new quarterback, and have that success. And the most basic of all plays ends up upending the drive.
So this is first and 10, and Aaron Jones, the former Packer, into the secondary. Poke out of bounds at the 48. Pick up a 13 and first down on back-to-back plays for the Vikings.
Well, we're going to be talking about Cam Robinson quite a bit. Came over from Jacksonville about Tuesday and is already making a difference. I went back and watched, because Jacksonville played Indianapolis, went back and watched that game. How did he do against the Colts? That'd be a good scouting report, right? He was fantastic. His best game of the year.
Former Jacksonville Jaguar trade official on Wednesday as he has arrived here. Been here about 100 hours or so, starting at left tackle. Protecting Darnold, throws to T.J. Hawkinson. Back in the lineup. And the great reaction from the Viking fans. He tore his ACL as he was hit in the game against Detroit on Christmas Eve. His return to the lineup here. Vikings keeping a little pressure going and completing to Brandon Powell for a first down. So Minnesota with a good tempo to start this one.
Yeah, and they're taking advantage of the outside passing game here as well. I thought it was really clever for the Vikings to get the ball to T.J. Hawkinson coming off that knee injury, going away from the tackle. Just let him get hit one time, and now I'm sure he's feeling much more comfortable.
The action, Darnold will throw it, brought in, on throw, Jordan Anderson had it, traffic to the 40, gain of 2 for this Minnesota offense.
Sam Darnold, USC. Aaron Jones, El Paso, Texas. Justin Jefferson, LSU. Jordan Anderson, Pitt, USC. T.J. Hawkinson, Iowa. Josh Oliver, San Jose State.
Cam Robinson, Alabama. Blake Randall, Oregon State University.
Garrett Bradbury, NC State. Ed Ingram, LSU. Brian O'Neill, Pitt.
I mentioned the trade for Robinson because Christian Darrisaw, their best offensive lineman, tore his ACL and MCL against the Rams last game, done for the season.
Haven't seen Jefferson yet.
Second and 8, back to Jones inside. Zaire Franklin. It's a gain of about 3 yards, or 30, maybe 6 coming up. Sam Darnold, number 3 overall pick in the class of 2018. This season 7 and a very good start. 3 years with the Jets, 2 with Carolina. Backed up Brock Purdy last season, but you look at those numbers. Top 5 in the NFL in touchdown passes. Not many mistakes, a very solid season. He's found the perfect fit. The city, the franchise, and the head coach, the play caller, Kevin O'Connell. Good field goal range for Reichert, 3rd and 6. Darnold clutches twice, fires complete to Addison right at the mark. And Jordan Addison moves the chains. Vikings first down.
Yeah, a lot of weapons out there now for the Vikings, but for the Colts, we have seen them do a little bit more of this kind of pressure look, this coming on 3rd down. And they ordinarily love to sit in their cover 3 defense, sit on the back end, don't do a lot up front, let the front 4 take care of it. But more and more as we're going through the season now, we're seeing the Colts start to pressure.
Justin Jefferson's up there at the top of the screen. Donald keeps it on the ground with Jones. Winding back flag down after the gain of 3. And Franklin there on the tackle again. Say that a lot, most Colts games.
Hold it. Defense number 96. 5-yard penalty added to the end of the run. Automatic first down.
Taven Bryan trying to make it easier in there. And the Vikings get their 5th first down of this drive.
Yeah, you're trying to keep yourself free from the linebackers. Watch 96 here. Just grab the guard and pull him. And there goes Franklin right around to make the tackle. And ordinarily, remember, there used to be an umpire standing right back there. Now the referee all the way in the back of the field's got to pick that up.
The 23. Jones trying to spin to find another hole. Nothing there against this Indy defense.
45, Michigan. DeForest Buckner, Oregon. Golden Stewart, Alabama State. Dio Dangbo, Vanderbilt. EJ Speed, Tarleton State. Zaire Franklin, Syracuse. Sammy Womack, Toledo. Julian Blackman, Utah.
Nick Cross, Maryland. Kenny Moore II, Dawson State. Jalen Jones, Texas A&M.
And Stretch Sherfield with the catch. EJ Speed, one of those linebackers you heard introduced, brings them down 3 shy of the first down. Gus Bradley, former Jacksonville head coach, in his 3rd year as the defensive coordinator for the Colts. Sees the teams go up and down the field, they give up their yards, and they get stingy right around here, Chris, as you get inside the red zone.
They do, but the Vikings have been the best team in the league scoring points in the first quarter, too, 72 points. So they typically explode, and there's always plays in there for Justin Jefferson in the first 15, and we have not seen one yet.
Arnold, able to escape. Eyes up, fires end zone, intercepted by Franklin. Looking for T.J. Hawkinson as he rolled out. Zaire Franklin from Syracuse comes up with the pick. And he gave you 1 skull, that's it. Didn't go.
I think that was Thriller.
The combo, right? Darnold trying to make a play in the red zone. Franklin has a hit him between the floors. 2 possessions, 2 turnovers.
Do we really need another computer? Not everyone does. But if you're reinventing music, tracking migrations in remote places, or getting others to see your vision, then a Copilot Plus PC will make a real difference. A powerful AI computer is not for everyone. But if you're trying to change the world, even if just your own, we built one for you.
Sheldon, what do you think of our new Pistachios football campaign?
Hate it.
What is he doing?
I'm storming out.
It all comes down to this. Join NBC News for election night coverage. On the ground, across the country as polls close, and up to the minute results as they come in. Tuesday on NBC and NBC News Now.
I'm the team mascot, and boy am I running late. But I got lead in my foot and spirit in my fingers. Oh, what a hit. And if you don't have the right auto insurance coverage, the cost to cover that might tank your season. So get Allstate, save money on auto insurance, and be protected from mayhem, like me. Woo!
Hey Chris, say hi. It's tonight's 4K Skycam coverage brought to you by Walmart. Like Black, Mark Pinto, Andy, Jake, whole crew's up here. Andy Friedman over there, whole team. Joko in the corner. A great Sunday night blue crew. First down after the turnover. They've got it at the 20. And there goes Jonathan Taylor with a nice move for a first down gain of 11 against the Minnesota defense.
Jonathan Bernard, Hiram High School. Jerry Tillery, Notre Dame. Harrison Phillips, Stanford. Jonathan Bullard, Florida. INDvsMIN Ginkgo, Wisconsin. Ivy Tate Jr., Cincinnati. Stefan Gilmore, South Carolina. Hitman, Patron Woodgem. Cam Bynum, Corona Centennial High School. Joshua Metellus, Charles W. Clinton. Myron Murphy,
Tie game still.
Still missing Blake Cashman, their inside linebacker, was their top tackler when he got hurt. He's been out now 3 games with a toe injury. Inside run with Taylor, who has been busy tonight. Clean exchange on that handoff for a gain of 2. By the way, the Colts with that turnover, Franklin's second career pick, 5th red zone turnover that they've come up with. That's been big for the Colts this year.
Yeah, and Zaire Franklin, we had a chance to visit with them. What a leader that guy is. I mean, just when he walks in the room, you understand why he's the captain, why he's the green dot, why he is the guy in charge for that Colts defense.
Very proud that that C is now gold. He's been a captain for the last 5 years. Second and 9. Flacco. Rolling back and throwing it complete to Josh Downs. Their busy slot receiver, one of the busiest out of the slot guys in the league. Gets to the 36.
Down to the 36.
You're going to see a lot of this.
If you're watching that Pete McDivitt show, come on in.
But there is almost no defensive look that the Minnesota Vikings throw at you that isn't something a little different. And I think it's at least part of the reason maybe that the Colts felt they had a better chance to win this game against that very tough defense and at least defensive design of the Minnesota Vikings for Flacco.
3rd and 5, they bring 4. Flacco throws it high for Taylor and incomplete. And so the Colts will punch it away. Minnesota defense gets them off the field quickly.
Like that time, there's only 4 people rushing, and yet Flacco got rushed. They're going to drop back both of these guys. He had time to stand there and make that easy throw. But instead, he got rushed because of the style of play that the Vikings put on him, and that's what created the mistake for Flacco.
Yeah.
Rigoberto Sanchez to kick. Brandon Powell back deep to receive. Very nice kick. 55 yards from the 9. He takes off and gets to the 24-yard line against the
Down the 24-yard line.
Well, we turn the clocks back to the sun went down earlier, just a little bit earlier. But beautiful look at this land of 10,000 lakes, Minnesota.
I didn't have to spend my life trying to find my calling. Mine found me at an early age. It was just a matter of how good I could get and how far I would go.
At Ram, our calling is to build trucks. So when you find your calling, nothing can stop you from answering it.
Right now during Ram Power Days, get $4,000 cash allowance on the purchase of most 2025 Ram 1500 trucks. Don't miss Ram Power Days. Hurry in today.
Moe, I could really use your help.
This is serious!
Is something distracting you?
The ancestors are calling on us for a reason.
To break the curse.
And reconnect our people across the entire ocean.
You want to get through it? You just gotta chee-hoo it. Giant Hawk! So serious. Disney's Moana 2, rated PG, only in theaters.
The $6 meal deal is here. It starts with Dunkin's legendary coffee, a toasty, melty bacon, egg, and cheese sandwich, and a crispy, crumbly order of hash browns. It's kind of the biggest deal in breakfast. The $6 meal deal, available now.
Look, I got the new iPhone 16 Pro at Verizon. Apple Intelligence is pretty awesome. You can get it when you trade in any phone.
Whoa, whoa, whoa. You're seeing this right?
Yeah.
Switch to Verizon to get the new iPhone 16 Pro and get a new iPad and Apple One all on us. That's over $1,600 in value. Only on Verizon.
Go. Oh no.
See? The Royal Caribbean.
Justin Jefferson on the jet. He has been jetting through history in his first now 5 seasons with the Vikings. Terrific numbers. First rounder out of LSU. Turning up past Jerry Rice and Julio Jones in his sights. Randy Moss at the top of the first 5-year yardage list. Torrey Holt, how about per game? 97.7 yards. That is the most for a receiver per game in NFL history. The Jet landed here in Minnesota with the 22nd pick of their 2020 draft. They got a national champ from LSU and a terrific player. Right at the top of the list of receivers in the league. Fellow receiver Jordan Addison.
Jordan Madison.
Out 10 yards.
Out 10 yards.
First down, they'll give it to him.
Now give it to him. That's 34.
Yeah, Jordan Addison is coming back. He's had a few little injuries during the course of this season, and yet we saw him take off on a clear route a week ago, and you're like, uh-oh, that guy is fully back. And I would expect, as they pay more and more attention to the flying jet, Justin Jefferson, we're going to see Jordan Addison get a little bit more action here tonight.
Chris, I think replay assist giveth and taketh away. First drive, replay assist gave the Vikings a first down. Now replay assist is going to take them back shy of the first down.
Set the game clock to 3 minutes and 55 seconds. 3:55 on the game clock, please.
Does it replay assist get overtime? There's a little extra ching, you know.
It's a little helpful.
Yeah, you never know. They're involved.
So it's second and about a yard. Shane Steichen and the Colts go back on the field on defense after the long drive of 11 plays this time around. Now you take those sticks and move them again.
Well, they didn't need replay assist that time.
Hawkinson coming back at the start of the last drive. Yep. That makes it even tougher to defend that guy.
It really does. And go back to our conversation with Zaire Franklin, and we said, all right, if Jefferson lines up in a 2x2 set to one side, does that impact what you guys do? He says, Justin Jefferson changes the weather. Are you kidding me? Everything that happens on our defense out here is going to be because of what Justin Jefferson is doing.
The 36 hasn't been targeted yet. Darnold gets rid of it in time. On cue to the 45. Catch number 1 for Jefferson.
I could have almost predicted what they would have done with Justin Jefferson first. This little dig route, this has been the bread and butter of this offense almost the entire season. And Mike, I admire a lot of wide receivers because they're great athletes. I admire a lot of wide receivers because they're tough guys going over the middle. That guy does both exceptionally.
In motion now, action the other way with Aaron Jones. Nice block for the moment from Brian O'Neill. Minimal game. So it's your position to come back to that. That going over the middle thing, as you go deeper in your career and you're a star guy, he still has the willingness to do it.
He does, and it's easy to opt out. And Justin Jefferson can say, I don't want to do that anymore. And yet, we asked him about it, and he said, you know what, when you're the youngest brother and you've been getting beat up and you've been in battles in the backyard and basketball and all the different things that they've done, he said you kind of get used to it, and I take a lot of pride in being able to take those hits.
His 2 older brothers were playing sports and getting Justin ready for what he does now. Second and 9. Darnold.
Second and 9.
Field brought down by Grant Stewart. Grant Stewart read it, got to him right away, and it's a big loss. Back to the 49-yard line.
How about Grant Stewart? He sort of just was a special teams guy and not much of a factor, and then all of a sudden, a couple of guys go down, he gets an opportunity, and he's just been fantastic here in the last few games. 19 tackles in Week 7 against Miami. That's more than anybody in the National Football League this season. So give him credit, taking advantage of his opportunity.
Have to get to the 35 for a
Gotta get
first
to
down.
35 for a first down.
Darnold Hawkinson underneath takes that hit as he went up, and the ball came out as well. But he hangs on, so it's going to be marked at the 44-yard line. Big hit by Kenny Moore. It'll cause 4th down, and immediately as Hawkinson's going, you're thinking taking that low shot.
I believe you know, I mean, that's how he hurt his knee. You take one of those low shots. Big tight ends are going to get hit down around the waist, but I'm just going to say how much, again, respect I have for Kenny Moore. Kenny Moore could have just thrown his shoulder in, chopped that knee, gone right through it. Instead, he hit him, wrapped him up, took him to the ground, legit tackle.
Saw him jump over, thought he was going for the ball, but it was not. Hawkinson hung on, and right to kick it away. Brian Wright tries to pin them deep, and Sherfield can't get to it, so it's a touchback. And the ball will come out to the 20-yard line, just 15
Ball
seconds
will
left.
come out to the 29-yard line.
So Series 3 for Flacco, this Colts team with wins over Chicago and Pittsburgh and Tennessee and Miami. Lost the first two to Houston and Green Bay, and then a high-scoring loss to Jacksonville. And that's a game where, even though they lost, you saw Flacco come in and really put up a bunch of yards and got you thinking, maybe this offense can be productive with Flacco.
Yeah, with some deep balls, too. Brought him from behind, tied up the score. Eventually, Jacksonville went down and scored the game winner on a field goal. But I'll tell you, so far, we have seen Joe Flacco look pretty good this year.
That handoff to Taylor. Running out to the 24-yard line.
On the 24-yard line.
The first quarter to an end.
Bring the first quarter to an end.
Turned it over on those opening drives. As we have an injury for the Vikings at the end of the quarter as well. So check on that when we come back for the start of the second. After one here in Minneapolis from the Viking ship outside US Bank. No score on Sunday Night Football.
My moderate to severe Crohn's symptoms kept me out of the picture. With Skyrizi, feel significant symptom relief at 4 weeks. Many people were in remission at 12 weeks, 1 year, and even at 2 years.
Serious allergic reactions and an increased risk of infections or lower ability to fight them may occur. Tell your doctor if you have an infection or symptoms, caught a vaccine or
I'm going to take a shower, folks. I'll be right back. Mod, you guys got the channel, okay?
Now approved for UC.
Customize.
Getting it done is easier said than done. So if you, we've got same-day delivery to help you get it. Lowe's knows how to help you holiday.
The 3 for Me only at Chili's is now available with the all-new Big Smasher Burger, piled up high with nearly half a pound of beef. Or you can settle for just some other burger at a drive-thru. Anyway, gonna need some room, because the 3 for Me still fills up the table with the bottomless drink, all the famous Chili's chips and salsa you can eat, and it's still the best deal around at just $10.99. See you later, tiny drive-thru burger. This Chili's 3 for Me is the best $10.99 you can eat.
You guys are making this work.
With Bud Light, it's easy to watch NFL Sunday Ticket from YouTube TV.
Yes! Right? It's not for everybody, right? Marriage is not for everybody, but...
Visit BudLight.com for a chance to win.
Everybody, cheers!
Okay, trainees, let's work on our fast and friendly claim service. Eyes on the phone now. Look alive, Drew.
Your repairs have been scheduled.
Nice.
Yes, you'll get a rental car on site.
That's it? Oh, I'm gonna turn this down to an 8. My bad. We can do this all day. Geico claim service is 24/7. And a nice catch.
For savings and service, get more with Geico.
We here at St. Dennis want our patients to be happy. I'm a master with the scalpel, but I'm also the master of another blade, even if it kills them. Oh, God. Climb into that.
St. Dennis Medical, November 12th on NBC and Peacock.
Tonight's SNS sites are provided by Nationwide. Going to get very busy in there as the holiday seasons get going. We'll look at the Mall of America in Bloomington. The site used to be Metropolitan Stadium, where the Vikings played before they played in the Metrodome, and now here in US Bank Stadium. Injured Viking was linebacker Ivan Pace. Walked off under his own power. The handoff to Jonathan Taylor gains about a yard to the 25-yard line. Chris, let's go back and watch what happened to Pace.
Yeah, and Pace so much the key to this defense right now because they're missing Blake Cashman. You'll see that right leg get folded back over, but he did jog off the field, and thankfully so. He is some story, really. He was first-team All-American at the University of Cincinnati and had 10 sacks. It went undrafted. And the Vikings couldn't believe, and they recruited him hard once he was undrafted.
3rd 5. Vikings bring 4. Flacco's throw in the middle is deflected and incomplete. Minnesota closing off the middle. Josh Metellus among those in the mix. And it's a 4th down. Another punt coming up for the Colts.
Got to be careful. Sometimes these guys are tough to see. Got him going that way and Bynum coming this way, and you get your eye on the wrong guy, which Flacco definitely did. He was watching Harrison Smith drop deep. He said, oh, good, I've got somebody. No. And it's just the way they play defense here. It is very hard post-snap to figure out exactly what they're doing.
Roberto Sanchez. Able to get rid of it. Allen runs over. No return. Perfect kick. 51 yards and right out of bounds. So Sam Darnold and the Vikings will have a long field to deal with. Sam Darnold. Sam Darnold was drafted by the Jets with the 3rd overall pick. Season 7, 6 head coaches with the Jets, a couple with the Panthers. Last year, the 49ers, big year for him. And it's not just the different coaches, it's the different offensive coordinators over the years. As he finally settles in here, and he starts for his 4th team. First quarterback since 1950 to start for 4 teams before turning 28. Now the Vikings candle has been lit. Of course, he became the starter because J.J. McCarthy, the 10th overall pick of the draft, tore his knee up in the first preseason game and is out for the rest of the year. Inside run, pretty good run for Cam Akers, who checks into the lineup. His first touch as a Viking, and Akers takes him to the 37-yard line, 1st down.
Sam Darnold's been taking them right back to the line of scrimmage very quickly here in this game as well. They have been playing with pace.
Hey! Hey, come on! Come on! 4-5, 4-5!
Communication up front, the hand to Akers again. Vikings last year gets to the 41-yard line. Chris, sometimes there are right fits, and why has this been the right fit for Darnold in Minnesota?
You know, I don't know that I really understood it until I met him. And he comes in the room, he feels very Midwestern. He sort of feels very loved in Minnesota. The people on the team, the coaches, and the neighboring communities. He has just had a really nice, comfortable stay here, and they have embraced him. And I think we're finally seeing that top 3 pick in the NFL draft coming out of him.
Scanning the field here, comes over to Akers, got a block from the fullback, C.J. Ham, but speed will bring him down. C.J. Speed with a tackle, no gain. 3rd down coming up, and you bring up the Midwest field. I mean, he's a West Coast guy, right? San Clemente High School, star at USC, then goes to New York with the Jets. But Darnold's personality might be that perfect fit for Minnesota Nice. And also the system offensively is a big fit for him.
I was thinking the same thing. You know, he went to San Francisco for a year out there with Kyle Shanahan, got to watch Brock Purdy in this system. So the foundation was laid for him. When he came in here, he basically understood most of it as he was getting started.
3rd and 6 here for Darnold off the spot. Finds Hawkinson for the 1st down, however. The flag is down, back around the quarterback. I think he's coming back for a hold.
Holding. Offense, number 74. 10-yard penalty. 3rd down.
And that is the newcomer, Cam Robinson, the left tackle.
Had a little chip to the outside of him that time by Hawkinson, and basically sort of threw him back to the inside. And you could see that right hand grabbing and restraining. But Cam Robinson is a legitimate left tackle in the National Football League. And you go from your best player on the offensive line and Christian Darrisaw being out for the season now and come up with a Cam Robinson in the same week. Pretty good.
Now 3rd and 16 to Jefferson, backwards pass. Jefferson throws it back, and here's Aaron Jones. Jones got the 1st down. Across midfield to the 47. So the all-pro receiver across the field with an accurate throw.
Showtime in Minneapolis right now. Jefferson sold it too, didn't he? He took a couple of steps forward and then was able to get it all the way back. That's a 3rd and long answer that not many teams have. Something else.
pretty impressive throw. It's a 30, 40-yard throw across the field by Jefferson to Jones for the first down at the 47. Play action. Darnold thrown down. Ball out as well. As Grover Stewart took him down. There's a flag down as Kenny Moore is taking it in for a touchdown. So we got a lot to sort. The flag wasn't a fumble. Was the ball live as they let it play out? It was Stewart, who's terrific inside, who caused all the fuss.
There's no foul on the play. Ruling on the field is a touchdown.
All right, now we'll look at part B. And was the ball clearly out?
Grover Stewart just completely dominates his guy. Watch right here, right through Garrett Bradbury. No foul. The ball, I think, was... Well, let's look. Oh, yeah.
Yep, coming out.
Wow, how about that? So the Colts, with all our conversation about the changes on offense, it is the same old on the defensive side with the guy that they say, if he wants to get to your quarterback, there's nothing you can do about it.
And the Colts, who had 5 defensive touchdowns last year, get their first defensive touchdown of this season. And the extra point with Matt Gay. Roberto Sanchez. And the Indianapolis defense gets on the board first. 8th year out of Albany State, known as a run stopper, but nobody can stop him on the inside when he gets a jump like that. Stewart forced it. Kenny Moore scored it. 7-0, Indianapolis.
And now your action weather broadcast. We've got shifting weather conditions on the horizon. Expect high winds, scattered thunderstorms, cold fronts, and dense fog. It's a wild one out there.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places.
There's something all about those white lights. I'm so caught up in just feeling this way. I want you here for the holiday. Oh, every kiss begins with K.
Another group project. It's due tomorrow. I hope I can get online tonight. I really need this to pass. The truth is, I can't do this on my own. Connect every student, change every future. Connecting changes everything.
Olive Garden's never-ending pasta bowl is back. Now with our new garlic herb sauce, which means the never-ending pasta you crave isn't just back, it's better than ever. Never-ending pasta bowl, starting at $13.99 for a limited time.
And Doug.
Move, we move. We're in a parade. Everyone, customize and save hundreds on car insurance with Liberty Mutual. Customize and save.
And then I wake up.
And you have this dream every night?
Yeah, every night.
I see.
Only pay for what you need.
Liberty, 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 liberty.
Sunday Night Football is brought to you by Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL. Let's go places. By Olive Garden. And stand up to all hate. Call a timeout against hate. So look back to Week 15, 2022. Colts had a 33-0 lead. The Vikings came all the way back. Greg Joseph, the field goal in overtime. 39-36, largest comeback in NFL history. Vikings are trying about to come back last Thursday night at SoFi against the Rams. They were down 8, and a safety occurred in the end zone. There was a conversation of a missed face mask call. And there, on what turns out to be a scoring play, action around that face mask with Sam Darnold again. Terry McCauley, 3-time Super Bowl referee, our rules analyst. Terry, we were discussing the flag that got picked up. What do you see here?
Yeah, Mike, as I look at it, that's a pretty big blow to the head from the forearm, hand, wrist. wrist of the tackler. He's a defenseless player. That's forcible contact. If they had called that and left the flag down, that's certainly supportable as a foul for unnecessary roughness.
They had the conversation about it. Stewart going for him, hits across the face mask. The decision was not forcible. Kevin O'Connell was asking that same question to the officials. Does not get the answer he wanted and has the team down 7-0. They take over and will hand it off to Aaron Jones, who's got about 2 yards as DeForest Buckner gets the tackle, and Chris Buckner and Stewart together inside. Maybe they don't get the pump nationally that they should.
Well, Grover Stewart, we just got introduced. We know exactly what he is. He is a powerful man that can run through anybody. DeForest Buckner is simply one of the most talented guys in this league. He is 2.5 sacks already, and he's only played in 3 games. He missed weeks 2 through 7 with a high ankle. So getting him back to go alongside Grover Stewart and play with Zaire Franklin in the middle, that perfect triangle.
Second and 7, Darnold throws complete. It is Josh Oliver, the tight end, on the 46-yard line, and a first down for the Vikings. Their 10th of this first half.
How about the Colts on defense now, throwing a few curveballs out there? They had everybody up at the line of scrimmage like they were going to blitz, a little bit like we've seen some from Minnesota. So Gus Bradley saying, all right, you think that's fancy? Watch this.
Bring us up. Ready? Good. Come us up. Darnold on the boot. Completes it. One more time. It's Oliver. Got a lot more attention in the passing game when Hawkinson was out. A couple of catches here. This one to Colts territory with a pickup of about 8.
Nice job that time by Sam Darnold. Got the line of scrimmage and called out a hot. His receiver came in to take care of the blitzing linebacker on the outside.
Maybe those are Will Franklin. Franklin meets Aaron Jones for the tackle. Third down.
Since 2022, nobody in the National Football League has more tackles than Zaire Franklin. He came in and he said, you know, it was you that brought this all up. And I was like, oh, what'd I do this time? Usually people get mad at me, you know, whatever I say. And he said, no. He said, the first time I led the team and led everybody in tackles, you came in and said, you know, you can get paid a lot of money to do that. And he said, it kind of inspired me. I said, that's the way I am.
Third and short. Jones again meets the linebacking core, and that front inside. And he is marked short. It is going to be 4th down here. So a couple of tries, 2 yards to get, and they do not. E.J. Speed was there that time. Franklin's sidekick. O'Connell going to go for near 4th and inches.
I think you have to here, right? Everything, this has been a bad start for a team that is used to really fast starts. And it just has not gone right so far. So try and kick them into gear.
Going to take a timeout. Yeah, they have 10 first downs. They've moved the ball, but a couple of big mistakes here early on for this Vikings team. Like you said, such a high-scoring team to start the game. And this is an offense that, as you look at the pieces, I mentioned Addison and Hawkinson coming back, it could be one of those explosive offenses. Heck, we saw it the game they played against Detroit in here a couple of weeks ago.
I think this offense is fully capable of doing anything. So far, this has not been Darnold's best, right? He threw the interception down there after a nice long drive, lose the fumble. I know he got hit with the right hook, but that's sometimes the way that it goes out here. I do think they'll settle down, but this is the kind of call a coach can make to try and say, hey, I haven't lost any confidence in you. Let's go. Let's convert this.
Right down to the home. Sneak first down. And Kevin O'Connell was very conscious of that stuff. It was a 3rd-round draft pick. He's got a good sense from his days as a quarterback of getting a feel for the offense and what it needs, and loves the play calling. Remember, we were here when Joshua Dobbs was their quarterback last year, and Kevin was giving him the plays on the wristband and talking him through on the headset.
Yeah, and he's very much in line with that whole Sean McVay and Kyle Shanahan. As a matter of fact, Sean McVay was one of the first ones I saw sprint the line of scrimmage and call a quarterback sneak and go. So all that history runs through him.
42, Darnold's got nothing open, looking to take off. Stewart again. All over him. If they mark it as a short loss, Stewart would be looking for a sack.
Tell you have to be careful about opting into single teaming Grover Stewart. Typically, you're going to get Buckner on the other side with some of those double teams, but if you do, you're going to have a tough night with Grover Stewart. So it's really, there hasn't been many games so far this year with all of those guys intact and playing together, but that internal triangle there of the Colts, very tough.
He does get credit for a sack. It's his first game in his career with multiple sacks. 2nd and 10 and a half, and complete with speed. And Jalen Jones making the tackle on Cam Akers out of the backfield. Sets up 3rd and about 3.
And I think that's what Anthony Richardson's going to learn, is what he's seeing Sam Darnold do out here a little bit right now. There are times when things are just not right in a game. They're just not going well, right? Come out, drop back, check down, throw it to your guy, give your offensive line a play off, let them just relax, and then come back. Now you're 3rd down and short, and you probably go for it to get on 4th down if you're a yard short.
3rd and 3. Darnold got Kennedy through, trying to get to Jefferson. Incomplete. It's almost as if he couldn't finish the throw as the pressure was on with Buckner inside. They'll try a 53-yard field goal.
Well, that was some move inside for a big defensive tackle. Let's take a look. I think it's right there. To be able that arm over and swim through a double team like that, that's what you get with him. He's a freakish athlete for a guy that big.
Will Riker, NCAA all-time record scorer out of Alabama, 53 yards. Hasn't missed a kick all year until now. He made every extra point, all 14 of his field goals. That one didn't come off his foot the way the others have this year. He missed it, and the Vikings remain scoreless. Colts ball, good field position, and a 7-point lead.
Check out Mahomes' top 3 plays of the day. He scrambles in the T-Mobile to get that new iPhone 16 Pro on us. It's a little shimmy, shimmy, shake. What you think, huh? It's like he's chasing an ice cream truck. Ice cream! He got his iPhone 16 Pro, the first iPhone built for Apple Intelligence. Cuz holding up like a baby line. Only takes those T-Mobile savings and calls of the day. Respect. Now at T-Mobile.com, get the new iPhone 16 Pro on us. And families can save 20% every month versus the other big guys.
Buffalo Wild Wings, 2 entrees, 2 sides, and 2 drinks for $19.99? Deal that good makes me glad I brought a date.
Wow, Beat-Up's Pick 6 for $19.99? You sure know your way to a girl's heart.
Rated mature. The nature of our enemy is unclear now. What do you want us to do about it? Protect us.
Unlock the Vault Edition today.
Every fan, every team, every season. Toyota, let's go places.
Election day is almost here. It's our time to vote.
We all know it's a big day for our country. Bigger than any game day.
So let's show up for each other.
Let's respect everyone.
And support those who are working hard on the election.
What's most important is that we stay united. We are one country.
One team.
So let's count on each other.
Because together, we're stronger.
Remember, it takes all of us.
Gabby may march to the beat of a different drummer. Freeze! Hey, it might not even be a drum.
Friday on NBC and Peacock. Saturday, a couple of big primetime college football matchups. We got the Irish in primetime on NBC trying to work their way in the playoffs, taking on Florida State. Big Ten Saturdays over on Peacock with Penn State taking on Washington. College football Saturday for you on NBC. Let's take over their own 43. Flacco on play action to really short. Doolin trying to reel it in. It is an incomplete pass. Just short for Doolin. So Flacco's the guy now because Anthony Richardson was benched after last week. There's the Doolin ball as you see it off his arms and then down. Chris, it was, as we said at the top, the #1 story in the league. We've seen what Flacco gives. We'll talk here on this series about what Richardson has going forward. Young player, second year. Numbers were not good, especially a very low completion percentage at 44% on the season. So now Flacco out with the slant. Josh Downs has it, and Downs gets the first down just inside the 46-yard line. Chris, talk about the comparison here of what they did. Flacco coming in. Richardson, who got the job as the starter, remember, started 4 games last year, then injured his shoulder. But that number is just something you can't live with in this league.
You can't live with it, and that's despite the big plays in the passing game and the big runs that he makes as well.
Jonathan Taylor inside for a couple. His highlight reel is spectacular, right?
Spectacular. And I had a chance to talk to him on the field beforehand a little bit, and I was like, and believe me, you're going to make it. You're going to make it. You know, you just have to take a few of those check downs, make it easy on your offensive line, get that percentage up so that nobody's looking at that one number and going crazy. But I do think that they protected him to some extent. If he were the starting quarterback tonight, the story all week would have been how bad he is and all those bad numbers. Now you're seeing people come to his defense, even on his own team.
Flacco, out of his hands to Alex Pierce. He's been on the business end of a lot of those Richardson long passes. Gets one for Flacco here for 16 and a first down.
You know, it's kind of interesting for everything that we've been talking about with these other quarterbacks. The guy who's 39 years old, I feel like he's just settling down a little bit. I mean, he was having a tough time seeing all the confusion that this Vikings defense can create on the other side, making a few mistakes. But it looks like now, I don't know, sometimes, Mike, it just slows down and it feels like it is.
Down back to the air, flag down as Flacco throws it complete. 15-yard line, that one goes. As it's caught by Kylan Granson in the big catch earlier. One penalty assessed to each team so far tonight.
Illegal shift. Offense number 83. All players do not get sacked right to the snap. 5-yard penalty. First down.
And you say, Chris, coming into this game, there's been a lot of noise about Richardson. A lot of it stems from not just the inaccuracy, but also this play, this run and scramble on second down last week against Houston when he asked out of the game. Something you don't see from quarterbacks that has been talked about all across the country this week.
No, you can tap out, if you will, at any position but quarterback because you're the general. You're the one everybody's watching. And it looks like the general waved the white flag at least for one play, and that makes your offensive line look bad and gets the defense fired up. You learned it.
15. Taylor brought down. Jonathan Bernard among the defenders over there for Minnesota. Here's Melissa.
Mike, we told you earlier that Anthony Richardson said he'll be using this time to grow and learn from his mistakes. We've seen that so far in the first half. Sitting directly in front of Joe Flacco on a pool, both looking at the tablet together, very engaged, and he's been all smiles, in good spirits, clapping when the offense is on the field, and after that defensive touchdown, high five the guys as they get off.
Consistent, Melissa, with what everyone around the Colts said. Tough blow for him during the week, but as the week has gone on, he's been all business, ready to back up Flacco. He's got that one out, receiver falls incomplete as he tried to get it to Josh Downs. And it sets up 3rd and 19 for the Colts.
I'll tell you, we're seeing a lot of Andrew Van Ginkel playing the inside linebacker position here and being able to get out underneath some of these passes in coverage. This is a guy that has 5 sacks, tied for the most on the team. Yet here tonight, he's taking on more of that linebacker role. Maybe we'll see more of Dallas Turner, the #1 draft pick, who is an excellent pass rusher as well.
Ivan Pace, injured earlier, has been in the game the whole drive. And all those Vikings on the line, they're going to run it on the inside, try to find a crease. Taylor and a field goal attempt from Matt Gay. Will be from 53 yards if that's what they choose to do. Probably run it down to the 2-minute warning and milk as much time as possible.
Yeah, this was dangerous. How many is that? 157 guys on the line right there. But, Mike, if you pop a run in that kind of defense, he's still running. So, nice job there, once again, by Van Ginkel to stand in and make the play from that inside linebacker position.
So they'll let it run down to the 2-minute warning. They make the decision if they want to go for the 53-yard field goal. It is 4th and 18. A very rapid first 28 minutes of this game. 7-0 Colts at the 2-minute warning.
When Wednesday dances, you experience her emotions.
It's like a Korean show on Netflix where people play kids games for money, and if they lose,
están en una persecución de coches.
I binge Drive to Survive, and I felt like racing could be my next day. My favorite part was...
mas a cena do spin.
Honestly, it's so good.
So good. So good.
You better watch. So good.
Next January, one of us will be president. If it's Donald Trump, he will wake up every day and stew over his enemies list. That will help no one. If I am president, I'll be focused on my to-do list for you, the American people. I'll cut costs by cracking down on corporate price gouging, make housing more affordable, lower taxes for middle-class families, and protect Social Security. I will focus on getting things done. I'm Kamala Harris, and I approve this message. Let's get to work.
Feel the groove in the Toyota Camry. Toyota, let's go places.
Applebee's Pick Six with NFL head coach Dan Campbell.
Well, pick six is when the defense intercepts the ball and runs it back for a touchdown. And when that happens on Sunday, you get 6 free boneless wings at Applebee's on Monday. Now that's eating good in the neighborhood.
Week 9 of the NFL season concludes with Monday Night Football. Then, Week 10 kicks off with Thursday Night Football. Stream games live on your mobile device with NFL Plus.
The championship race is at hand. 4 final contenders line up in the desert. Only one will be champion. The NASCAR Championships in Phoenix on NBC and Peacock.
Coming up, Toyota halftime, Lions continue to look like one of the best teams in the league earlier in Green Bay, and you're not going to believe the numbers they've put up over the last 6 games. Mike?
They are impressive, Maria, and we will see the Lions next Sunday night in Houston. These two divisions represented tonight, the NFC North and the AFC South, next Sunday night. So on comes Matt Gay for the 53-yard field goal. You see his 2 misses this year have been 50-plus. He's hit his last 9. Another 50-plus miss. So both teams have missed 50-plus yard field goals, and the Vikings get good field position with 2 timeouts and a $155.
You know, that's really a product of not being able to pick up a few yards there on that 3rd down play. That's the reason they ran it, to try and squeeze it inside. You get over 50 yards, they knew to go down.
So after an exchange of missed 53-yard field goals, the Vikings will take over their own 43.
Yeah, and that's the problem. You try those long ones, and people have been hitting them all season long, and yet now you really give the Vikings an opportunity to go down and tie up the score.
It's taken it for granted. Tyler Bassett, a 61-yard game winner for the Bills, the team the Colts play next Sunday. Darnold to work from the 43. In the middle, Jefferson. On the run, Jefferson. Gain of 22 to the 35-yard line.
So anytime they can occupy the middle of the field and allow Jefferson to get in behind that linebacker, you have issues. And that is where Those guys are been dominant this season.
35. Darnold trying to set up the screen. The Colts were all over it, so he just gets rid of it. Incomplete, 1:23 to go.
And let's give Sam Darnold a little credit here as well on that last completion. He is looking off to the left and then goes through those progressions and probably made about 3 stops along the way. How'd you like to have Justin Jefferson as your 3rd choice on a route, right? That's pretty good.
Our crew is great. You can just see Darnold's eyes like it. Ooh, 18 coming inside there. I got it. Hey, Roger. Got catches of 20 and 22 here tonight. Comes the throw of Jefferson again. And a 24-yard reception to his total tonight.
Great job that time by Darnold. They brought 6 people on the pressure, and he stood right in there and threw a strike to Jefferson.
Indianapolis has taken a timeout, Chris.
Watch this. They're coming in 3 different directions, and when you do that, that means one of the best players in football is going to be one-on-one down the field in this off coverage, and if you can get it off, you're going to complete it.
Quickly moved his way up the record charts for the Vikings. The first 5-year stuff we talked about. He's got his eyes set on one thing. Told us, I'm trying to wear the gold jacket in the end. He said there can only be one number 1. And he points to he and his LSU national championship teammate, Jamar Chase. That's the guy I'm chasing, and making sure we measure each other.
He might wear a diamond jacket out there. The rate he's going, and I mean, I tell you, that guy, he's got some necklaces, and proud of him, too.
From the 12, they're running inside with Aaron Jones. Spins for 3 to the 9. Steichen takes the second timeout. Colts trying to protect some time here at the back end.
Yeah, I got to admit, okay, every once in a while I ask stupid questions. I said, does that hurt? The diamonds in your teeth, that's got to hurt, right? It's like wearing braces or whatever. And then you got the necklace, and he's playing with it. I mean, that's, it's
expensive.
Rip it off.
Yeah. But you know what he said?
He didn't care.
I got insurance.
You got insurance.
It's all good. If we take it off, we can get it fixed.
He's a fun guy, though. You see the diamonds, you didn't think flashy, but he is a hard-working, driven, loves his family, gives his family a ton of credit for making him who he is, and every week we get to see exactly how that has turned into the football player that he is.
Captain and a leader. You saw just 2 plays ago in the huddle. 2nd and 8. Darnold. Lockett. Around him collapses and he goes down. This interior push of DeForest Buckner and Grover Stewart doing a job on the Vikings offensive line here in the first half.
The triangle of terror at work one more time, and you've got DeForest Buckner in there, and he is the athlete. He's the move guy. He got the single block that time, and that's the problem, Mike. You've got Grover Stewart in there, you've got DeForest Buckner in there, and when either one of those guys were out this year, then we saw double teams on Kwity Paye or Latu, or those other guys. But that triangle right there has been really dominant so far in the first half. Zaire Franklin, 44, the middle linebacker. Grover Stewart with the big sack fumble and touchdown. DeForest Buckner with multiple plays now in this first half.
3 sacks, 2 for Stewart. That one for Buckner. It's 3rd and 20. Colts out of timeouts. Vikings have 2. Arnold. This time throws it underneath, complete, but a long way for Jefferson to go. The safety, Nick Cross out of Maryland, was right there to take care of him. Clock will run. Colts can't stop it, so Kevin O'Connell's going to go to the official and say, run that down. Take a timeout, probably with about 16 seconds left on the clock. Try to bleed as much of this before the field goal attempt.
Well, it's been a little strange here in the first half, but I think Kevin O'Connell's going to go in and go, guys, come on now. We've been moving the ball up and down the field. Just relax. Everything's going to come together here in the second half. Let's go make some plays. But the first half, a little strange.
You have 13 first downs and almost 200 yards. But those disruptive plays have come from, what have you called these guys? The Triangle of Terror?
The Triangle of Terror. Here they are. That's so unscary. There you go. You got the interception early on by Zaire Franklin. And then the play of the night so far, Grover Stewart just runs over Garrett Bradbury, sack, fumble, pick it up, score a touchdown, take the lead. There you go. And then in the second quarter, DeForest Buckner, play after play, time after time, when he gets the one-on-one, you have an issue.
Once again, the Vikings are on the move. A couple times they've been in the red zone. One a turnover, that time pushed out of the red zone by the pass rush. And Riker missed from 53. From 31. And no good. Off the upright. So, Will Riker, who had not missed a field goal all year, has missed them on back-to-back possessions. 53 is one thing, but 31 pushed to the right, off the upright. And it's not right in Minnesota right now.
Sunday Morning Football is back in Germany. And NFL Network has an NFC clash, live from Allianz Arena in Munich. As the Giants square off against the Panthers. Set your alarms, because this waits for no one. Rise, shine, football. Giants, Panthers, next Sunday at 9:30, only on NFL Network.
All my favorites for just $7 each? That's crazy. Or am I crazy?
Seeing sevens? It's a sign to order from Pizza Hut's $7 deal lovers menu.
We're not going to win a game all season. Yeah, but at least we're not going to lose a tailgate all season.
How do you lose a tailgate?
You don't? Yes. That energy. Undefeated. We literally can't lose. To an undefeated season. Undefeated season.
Listen up, get tight.
This is the most important timeout I've ever called.
Things are getting out of control out there.
And we need to regroup.
Hate.
Hate is winning out there.
Not on these fields.
In our communities.
On our streets.
In our schools.
And we need to stop it.
So let's take this moment
To change the momentum.
and call a timeout
On hate.
Together.
Together.
Last day of battles and everything's going great.
This is a tough decision. I heard the spirit of your vindication was brought forth an ovation.
Snoogism, huh?
The Voice, new tomorrow on NBC and Peacock.
Bum, 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 bum. Halftime. No, not halftime.
St. Dennis Medical premieres November 12th on NBC and Peacock. Nordic Village, the middle of the city, Minnesota cabin experience on the roof of the Four Seasons Hotel here downtown. So if you want a little cabin experience without going out in the great cold north, go there.
That's me.
Well, fans not happy with the Vikings offense shut out in the first half as we go down to Melissa.
Kevin, you're moving the ball, but no points on the board. What adjustments need to be made?
Yeah, I think we've got to, figure out a way to finish in the red zone. We had a turnover there on the early part of the game, and then, thought we had a chance to maybe have that thing called as a penalty when Sam got hit in the face, but no excuse. We've got to play better at the end of drives, sustaining. He's playing great, outside of that one play. And we got to try to find a way to protect him a little bit more, especially in the interior when we just had our left tackle just show up a couple days ago.
Right, and defensively, you held their offense in check. What's been the key?
Yeah, I think, Flo's changing up the looks, some pressure looks here and there. Keep on picking us up, and offensively, we'll put the ball in the end zone, we'll get right back in, and we start out second half.
All right, thanks.
Colts held to 92 yards in that first half, and they have a 7-0 lead at the break. We go to halftime. Here's Maria Taylor.
Thanks, Mike. Vikings down at the half and looking up in the division at the Lions, who continue to look like the class of the NFC today in Green Bay. Meanwhile, Saquon Barkley was making highlight play after highlight play, maybe the best play we've seen all season over the Jags. And we had a wild one in Seattle. The Rams pulled it out over the Seahawks in OT. Coming up next on Toyota Halftime.
Want more stats? Just ask Siri. Who leads the league in tackles?
Halftime.
Dennis Medical. We help our patients and each other.
Let's get out there and heal some people!
You know, it's not always glamorous,
Oh, wrong side. Got myself. I feel like I need to go to the hospital.
but every now and then a moment comes along where you truly change someone's life.
Zap. No more cirrhosis. Zap. No more cancer. Wait, I have cancer? No, we were just kidding, man. You good?
St. Dennis Medical, November 12th on NBC and Peacock.
Tara, a nurse here in Wisconsin, and my patients don't want politicians like Eric Hovde making their healthcare decisions. He means what he says about opposing reproductive rights.
If you're watching that Pete McDivitt show,
And
come
there are
over
forces
and
in
watch,
Washington who want to pass a nationwide ban on abortion.
like and
if
subscribe to
Hovde
my
gets
channel as
elected,
well.
I worry he'll support that ban that could turn nurses like me into criminals. We need to vote.
They fund the police radicals across this country. Cook spent millions getting Mandela Barnes elected, the most anti-law enforcement candidate in Wisconsin's history.
You remember Barnes, the guy who said reducing prison populations was sexy?
Defund the police radicals make it harder for us to keep you safe.
That's why we can't support Rebecca Cook, because she'll never support us. Garrett Van Orden, and I approve this message.
To everyone who craves a fresh meal, come have a taste of Wisconsin.
America's Dairyland.
As in real dairy.
It gives Culver's fresh frozen custard its famous rich and creamy flavor. Like really rich.
So rich.
Rich and creamy.
And our cook-to-order Butterburgers?
They're topped with, you guessed it, Wisconsin cheese.
But it's the smiles we put on your face with every meal made just for you.
It really makes our hearts melt.
From Wisconsin with love.
Welcome to Delicious.
I've been with U.S. Cellular for 27 years. They've always taken care of me. But when they asked me to talk to you about their special customer event, Us Days, I said, I gotta get in shape. So they sent me this Hollywood trainer. Oh, this guy's no joke. Us Days means exclusive deals just for us customers.
Now let's try burpees.
Us Days is back at U.S. Cellular. Current customers get $1,200 off any phone, plus $400 off any tablet.
7 dealers, 10 brands, 1 auto, hot.
Ba bum bum bum. Bum 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 bum. Ba ba bum 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 ba
Welcome
bum.
to the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places.
Watch me. Cousins lobbing, end zone, touchdown, Drake London, Trayvon Diggs, get you some, wide open. Oh, what a run, Jay Flowers, delighted the crowd. He's going deep to Marcus, brought it in with one hand for a walk-off touchdown. He's one man, takes past another, leaps over a third. What was that?
Hit my pass is long enough.
And it is good! Bouncing from 61!
Sam, you're always there for me, and me to go out and do that for you guys.
What a throw that time by Jared Goff on the last, spinning and making the catch.
I know this. I'm not shocked one bit that we came out here and played pretty good football out in the elements. That we're built for this, man. And it doesn't matter, and just because we play indoors, it doesn't matter. I mean, we can play anywhere. We can play in the snow, we can play in the rain, play in the mud. That's just us, and we're built to win, man.
What is the Lions scrapping in the mud? You see Dan Campbell basically scoffing at the idea that his team would not be able to play in the elements, and they play in the rain, but it's a part of the identity that Dan Campbell is building for the Lions.
Yeah, the word is built. He used the word built a couple times. When he and Brad Holmes showed up 4 years ago, this is the kind of team they wanted to build. You remember the press conference? We're biting kneecaps, we're fighting, we're screaming. That's their team right now. So they're not going to let the external factors of playing on the road, playing in the rain, impact them at all. It didn't surprise anybody the way this team is built that they go play well today.
And I love it because you see it show up on this defense. They play anywhere. Aiden Hutchins gets hurt. They don't care. They continue to go out there and play. Turnovers, all those things. I do get a little worried about how they're going to be able to continue to go without Hutchinson. Do they have that pass rusher when they are playing from ahead?
Yeah, no doubt. I think that's a real concern for them. But the mentality, that's not the first time Dan Campbell has talked to them about this kind of stuff. It's what their culture is all about. And I know people don't want to hear a lot about culture, but that's what they have. And the biggest part of culture is mindset, mentality, and they have the right one.
I think it's important to note that in the pregame, these guys said that the Lions are the best team in football right now. Tell me why, Jason.
I just think they're the most complete team. You mentioned they don't have the pass rush because Hutchinson's not there, but they can run it. They can run it with different guys. They can throw it. They played the game on their terms maybe more than any team in the National Football League right now, and the defense has gotten markedly better over the last year or so.
And I think it's important to remember, last week we talked about this. We all think Detroit's playing the best ball, and I think we all said, but in a matchup against them and the Chiefs, we're not necessarily always taking the Lions. The Chiefs are still right there, but this Lions team can beat you in so many different ways.
Good news for us. We got them on Sunday night next week against the Texans, so we will see how they fare right here. Meanwhile, the efficiency of Jared Goff, take a look at that. 28 touchdowns, 24 completions. How do you manage that? More TDs and incompletions in the last 6 games, off to their best start since 1956. All right, coming up, some running backs have been showing out for their brand new teams, but first let's take a detour with the legendary lineup of Toyota trucks. Toyota, the official automotive partner of the NFL.
Good morning, commuters. Looks like we got traffic backed up for miles. Starting with a downed tree blocking East Avenue and a broken water main causing a bottleneck on the westbound.
I'll be right back, everybody.
We've got weekend travelers flooding the turnpike, meaning it's bumper-to-bumper traffic for the foreseeable future. I'd get comfortable. You might be there for a while.
Toyota trucks. Let's go places. It all comes down to this. Join NBC News for election night coverage. On the ground, across the country as polls close, and up to the minute results as they come in. Tuesday on NBC and NBC News Now.
All right, we got Chris Sims here. We've got a revival for some running backs and brand new teams. What have you seen so far this season?
Well, who said the running back's dead, right?
Yeah.
In the current NFL. And the two off-season acquisitions of Saquon Barkley, okay, this is one of the best ones out there. Stolen from the New York Giants. We see what he's doing for the Philadelphia Eagles offense right now. Legit running threat, great in the pass game. Right. Get him in the open field and watch him do crazy stuff like this, or go gadget legs, see you later, I'm out of here for a touchdown. He's been phenomenal for the Eagles so far.
199 total yards
right.
for that guy and 2 touchdowns.
You guys were talking about the Lions before. How do you stop this team? All the weapons they got, Lamar, Zay Flowers, and then again, the biggest off-season acquisition in the AFC, running back, Derrick Henry. You crowd the line of scrimmage trying to stop the run, then Lamar beats you deep. Great job by both of these guys.
Yeah, Derrick Henry right now leading the league in rushing. And not only that, what about the three-headed monster that is the Baltimore Ravens? I mean, pick your poison, they got it all.
Exactly right. We're watching the Lions, right? All the answers they got on offense. The Ravens are the same way. Two best offenses in football. Lamar's the MVP. Watch out for Zay Flowers. He's a budding superstar.
All right, we got the second half coming next from Minnesota.
This has been the Toyota Halftime. Let's go places. How you gonna reach your highs if you don't put your all in? You've made a bad call and you know it.
There's no one. Need to move you to a secure location.
What's going on? These are all ghost cubs. We're gonna put this case in the back burner for now. I just don't understand why you suddenly want this case buried. I said back off.
If you pass your next test, you get to be the shiny new detective. Either she cooperates or we take her kid. It's gotta be a better way.
Chicago Wednesday. New Wednesday on NBC and Peacock.
It's more than a move. It's a new job for her.
a new baseball team for him. And for Badger, it's a new yard with more room to roam. It's more than a move, and we're more than a truck.
When you never have to worry about thinking too big, because you have a connection that's ready for anything. That's life unlimited. That's Spectrum.
It's always been there. His love of the outdoors. Some days, you wonder if it might be his calling. Truth is, you know that the things he's passionate about today will build the foundation of what he does tomorrow, and possibly inspire a new journey. All he needs now is a way to make it happen. We are the universities of Wisconsin. 13 universities. Unlimited opportunity.
It's more than a piano. It's music lessons, birthday parties, and countless family memories, now safely tucked away, awaiting Nana's new home. It's more than a piano, and we're more than a truck.
Fast, friendly, local, one up, hot, hot.
This broadcast is copyrighted by NFL Productions for the private use of our audience. Any other use of this broadcast or any pictures, descriptions, or accounts of the game without the consent of NFL Productions is prohibited.
Tonight's first half replay is presented by Progressive.
It's Indianapolis in Minneapolis. Vikings and Colts on Sunday Night Football. Not a clean exchange. The Vikings have it. Darnold fires in zone, intercepted by Franklin. Darnold thrown down. Ball out. Showtime in Minneapolis.
Does your coverage need a replay? See if you could save with Progressive.
Time for the second half here from Minnesota. And time now for tonight's Buzz, powered by AWS. Vikings no points, first half, at home, familiar story. It was the start of the best comeback in NFL history last time these teams met in this stadium in 2022. Grover Stewart inside, big factor, multiple sacks, first time in his career. Kenny Moore, his fourth career defensive touchdown, the only points of the half. Oh, next-gen stat on Sam Darnold. No pressure, been fine. Under pressure, different story. And Darnold's a guy who's handled pressure and the blitz very effectively thus far this year. No offensive touchdowns in the first half, but there were at halftime. The fourth graders from Maple Grove. Young man got in there. He got past Crunch the Wolf, the Timberwolves NBA mascot. And watch these guys. Think they don't watch the pros, Chris? Full selling. I love it. So we did have an offensive touchdown here at US Bank. Fun for those fourth graders going up against the mascots and the fans cheering in here. See if the home team can get them cheering. Third quarter, Vikings get the ball to start. It's a touchback near Shane Steichen a moment ago with Melissa.
Shane, how would you evaluate Joe Flacco's performance in the first half?
He's been pretty solid. Obviously, we had some drives stalled out there down at the bottom. We had a formation-ish situation in the first drive. We went down, had a chance right there, and had a fumble there. But obviously, we got to get in a rhythm here in the second half. Our defense is playing lights out for us right now.
Yeah, that was my next question. A strong half by the defense. How do you keep it up?
We got to keep relentless energy. That's what I told the guys at halftime. We're going to play with relentless energy going into this thing.
All right, thanks a lot.
Thanks.
All right, Melissa, thank you. Flacco was 6 of 10 in that first half for 62 yards. Darnold and the Vikings start from the 30. They'll do it play action. And the throw to Jefferson complete. Jalen just couldn't bring him down, and Jefferson's got another 20-yard catch. That is 4 20-plus yard grabs on the night for Jefferson.
It's just so hard. Watch the little move that Jefferson puts on Jalen Jones at the top of this route. Just a little wiggle to the top and then completely turns him around and finishes the route by coming back to the quarterback. There just aren't any flaws in the way this guy plays the game.
Isn't it nice? Offense needs a little jump start, a little starter. Let's just go to one of the best in the business. Jefferson also has thrown a 20-plus yard pass in this one, 22 yards. Aaron Jones on the ground for almost 5 yards to the 45-yard line.
Yeah, I wonder if that's a little bit of the solution here. You know, every once in a while, as a head coach, you want to go out and just establish something running the ball. You know, we haven't talked that much about Aaron Jones tonight, but what a difference he has made for this football team. Not only running the football, but his ability as a playmaker, making catches downfield in the passing game. See if they get him a little more involved.
2nd and 6. Darnold's got time. He's got Hawkinson. The tight end's got it at the 26-yard line. Gain of 19. The Vikings on the move again.
But remember, this is a guy who had 95 catches before he got hurt at the end of the season a year ago. 2nd in the National Football League, even though he missed a couple of games. But I tell you, give a lot of credit that time to that Viking offensive line. That one took some time to find.
Grover Stewart said, I'm just going. Was he reading some cue on the other side?
Defense number 90. 5-yard penalty. First out.
Apparently not. To the 21 it goes, and we go to Melissa.
Yeah, Mike, TJ Hawkinson told me he is so excited to be back out on the field for the first time since December of last season. He said it felt like he was put in a garage for the last 10 months, but now he's bigger, faster, and stronger. Adding, he hasn't even thought about his knee the past couple of weeks since he started practicing again. He said it would be a blast out here tonight, and when he had his first catch, there was a standing ovation.
Yep, number 8 overall pick by the Lions. First 3 years in Detroit to 2 Pro Bowls. 21 on 1st and 5. Jones to the left. Got 4. Julian Blackman out of Utah. The strong safety comes up to stop it.
It's a good look out there by Cam Robinson. One of the questions you always have is, can he be indoctrinated into the run game as well?
Go quick with Darnold to pick up the first down. Looks to be just inside the 16-yard line.
But you have a pro out there playing left tackle. You had one of the better left tackles in the game playing before, Cam Robinson. To get him out of Jacksonville and to just basically put him in. I mean, he can't know the plays, right? And so we were asking Kevin O'Connell about it. You know, he says, left tackle. You block one guy for the most part, and I've got really smart guys inside of him, Randall and Bradbury. They'll tell him what to do, and so far they have. That has not been the issue tonight.
Darnold out quick. Blocker for Jefferson is Addison, but not much through. Kenny Moore is out there. Moore had the touchdown earlier on the fumble return. But Chris, when he is around the ball in that slot corner, nickel corner, he makes his presence known.
He's such a smart player. Watch the way he's going to squeeze this, right? He is not going to let him get outside, but he's going to push the blocker right back into the ball carrier so his help can come get him. There are a lot of guys who get hooked in that situation, and he goes in for a touchdown.
His 8th year in the league. 2nd and 9 for Darnold. To the corner. Munt cannot bring it in. Johnny Munt had to die on timing route with the now number 3 tight end. He couldn't reel it in. It's 3rd down.
That was close when I think he caught it initially and just no way to survive the ground. Too close to be able to pull it back into his body. It was a heck of a throw. That was the one spot he could make that throw and not put it in danger. But here we are again in the red zone, and again a problem.
Cam Akers is the running back. Jefferson, the lower receiver, to the top.
They rotated the coverage to Jefferson's side already. He has to come back the other way.
Darnold looking left the whole time. He throws. It's complete. And Addison's at the 4-yard line. First down for Minnesota. 1st and goal.
Well, they told us that Justin Jefferson changes the weather. It is pure double team on that side. There's no other receiver over there. Pure double team, so forced to go back the other way. Now you've got more of the one-on-one type situations. You've got 3 receivers, and adding Hawkinson to that mix really is a difference maker.
Third catch for Addison. First and goal for the Vikings. Throws on the run to Addison. Did he bring it in? Yes! Great catch. Touchdown Vikings. Number 2 on the year.
Oh, wow. This is really something. First of all, the throw under pressure to get it out there, and now extend. Was that one-handed? It looked like he basically caught it with one hand. Let's see. There's Addison going to fake the block right there. Let's see what it is. And 1.5.
1 and 10, right? Wow. Wow. Raiders been struggling. Just 2 field goals, but knocks that extra point through. And that's the perfect way to start a drive when you've got a scoreless first half. 9 plays, 70 yards. Starting with Jefferson. It ends with this one-handed beauty reeled in by Jordan Addison. Game top at 7.
I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow. How do you feel? No, how do you want to feel?
A new head coach.
Make it about us. We beat the odds.
And her new assistant.
Hey Google, find me an alternate route, because you decide the outcome.
And a must-win game.
No, we decide the outcome.
And the vision and a car that always delivers.
Bring it in! I want you to imagine waking up tomorrow.
The all-new 2025 Equinox and Chevrolet. Together, let's drive.
Introducing the Wendy's Krabby Patty Collab Burger. It has fresh, never frozen beef that's, wait for it, square. Are you ready? I'm ready. And I'm ready. For the Krabby Patty Collab meal you're craving, gotta be Wendy's.
As a member of Navy Federal Credit Union, Frank feels financially at ease, which means he can worry about other things, like if he should look at a text during his anniversary.
Again, folks.
But what if there's an emergency? What if you left the iron on? What if the house is on fire? Does the fire department text? Frank has a lot of things to worry
Vikings
about,
drive.
but as a member of Navy Federal, his finances aren't one of them. Become a member today. Navy Federal Credit Union. Our members are the mission.
Sunday. Time to suit up. Half zip, quarter zip. And sacrifice your body. Because no matter how hard you football, it's easy to Sunday.
From glen to glen and down, What? Don't get me wrong. You have a serviceable voice. I know how to fish. You know, Gabby may march to the beat of a different drummer. Snap, snap, snap. Freeze. Foot, snap. Heck, it might not even be a drum.
Happy Splits, Friday on NBC and Peacock.
Mike, it's time for so much more, presented by Nationwide, and it has been the defense of the Vikings. They have not given up any points so far, and they have made it very complicated thanks to Brian Flores. And
Adios, folks. It's getting late again. I did 2 streams. One was a 2-hour, almost 3-hour stream. Vikings game is on SNF on channel in the lacrosse area. It's on channel 13. Make sure you guys turn that channel on. If you haven't yet, like, subscribe, comment down below. I always like to get feedback on how I'm doing and what I need to do to improve. Here we go. Boom! Back to the Colts we go. And that ain't going to be returned.
And you, as we touch back in the Colts will start at the 30, you were so
Gotta start at the 30.
excited to get to this week because watching this defense, there's a uniqueness and you can never sit back and relax. They've got you nervous on almost every snap.
Well, the quarterback feels pressure, whether there's any pressure.